Stories from the Classroom, IEP Considerations for English Learners. Jennifer Erickson teaches in a rural Colorado school district with a large English learner population. Listen to her discuss the strategy she uses for English learners with disabilities.
So for English learners in accommodations and modifications, what I will commonly use is sentence stems and sentence frames. I like to ask that general education teachers provide a list of content words so that students can learn those vocabulary words. We want to pre-teach them, that's in there too, but then they're easier for them to access and incorporate in any written responses. Also, allowing students to express their understanding in ways other than a written test. So maybe they still take the written test in a classroom, but then they have a discussion with the teacher later about their answers. It gets around a lot of that dysgraphia that we see and limited ability to express themselves in writing, because it's such a complex task for a kid with a learning disability, and even more so for a language learner with a disability. So, and that might also be a project or a poster that they create. Often in accommodations, in an IEP will include building background knowledge as part of what a student needs in order to be successful. That happens most often either in the language development classroom or in the special education classroom, where we're pulling images and using realia, pre-teaching vocabulary and concepts before they go into the general education classroom and learn them.
Jennifer uses the students' English language proficiency level to help guide the instruction.
A young lady who's now in 8th grade. We've had her since she was in 6th grade, so she's been with me for 3 years. And I think when we had her transition meeting as she was exiting 5th grade and getting ready to come to middle school, she cried at that meeting. It was a complete shutdown, and she was overwhelmed. So what we did over the years was gave her a really safe space to express her understanding verbally, and in really safe ways, making sure it was a topic that she knew about or was able to speak about before we put any pressure on her to share. And that ended up generalizing to the general education classroom. Had her IEP recently, and her mom even was talking about how proud she was that this student had been speaking up more and making her own needs known to mom, really speaking up in the general education classroom as well. So mom was really proud of that victory as well.